About potential sabotage after two underwater internet cables connecting parts of Europe to the NATO countries of Finland and Sweden were severed under the Baltic Sea. A cargo ship in the area owned by a Chinese company has raised suspicion. Local authorities now tracking the ship that set sail from Russia. Unconfirmed reports claim the captain is Russian. European officials not directly blaming Russia for the disconnected cables, but Germany and Finland saying our European security is not only under threat from Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine, but also from hybrid warfare by malicious actors. Hybrid warfare is a term that could include unconventional tactics like cyber attacks.
Speaking generally, we are incredibly concerned about hybrid warfare conducted by Russia both in Europe and around the world, and it's something that we have been in close coordination with our European allies.
It comes as Ukraine launches British-made cruise missiles into Russia for the first time, just days after President Biden allowed Ukraine to fire American long-range missiles into Russian territory. Ukraine is fighting to hold a small patch of Russian territory to use as possible negotiating leverage with Russian President Vladimir Putin. ABC's Ian Pannell with exclusive access to this command center, where Ukrainian drone operators are launching attacks on Russian troops.
For Ukrainians, we do not have a choice. We have to fight because we are fighting for our land and for our way of life, for our freedom.
Putin this week escalating his nuclear rhetoric. And Reuters reporting Russia is now making these mobile bomb shelters which can protect against a nuclear blast. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Not everything is going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups, if it comes to it, if they attack us. We're not seeking any conflict. But if they attack us, we have to be ready.
NATO's recent declaration on the possibility of preemptive strikes against Russian territory has intensified the ongoing conflict, with Moscow responding sharply. Admiral Rob Bauer, head of NATO's military committee, revealed that the alliance is contemplating precision attacks on Russian launches in the event of hostilities. This move marks a significant departure from NATO's traditional defensive stance, now presented as a strategic necessity to counter Russia's growing threat. We must strike first, Bauer asserted, highlighting the shift from NATO's historical policy of waiting to be attacked. His remarks came in the wake of heightened Russian threats, particularly following Ukraine's long-range strikes into Russian territory.
The idea is that we are a defensive alliance, so we will only sit and wait until we are attacked. And when we are attacked, we will be able to shoot down the arrows, missiles, that come to us. But it's smarter not only to do that, but also to attack the archer that is in Russia if Russia attacks us.
Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned of retaliation against Western nations supporting Ukraine's attacks, signaling a broader escalation of the conflict. Bauer's statement underscores NATO's readiness to neutralize Russian missile capabilities before they can be launched. While acknowledging Russia's expanded military size since the war's onset, Bauer suggested its capabilities have diminished. The Russians are not the same threat they were in February 2022, he said, suggesting the West still has time to strengthen its defenses. He also called for increased investment in defense and for businesses to adjust their operations, warning of vulnerabilities to potential blackmail from Russia and China. The prospect of preemptive strikes has sparked strong reactions from Russia, with Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov accusing NATO of abandoning diplomatic norms.
Just the other day, the head of the NATO Military Committee directly stated that in order to achieve the goals of protecting and defending the member countries of the North Atlantic Alliance, it is necessary to preemptively strike those targets on the territory of the Russian Federation that, in NATO's opinion, could pose a threat to the member countries of the alliance. I think there is nothing to comment on here. All decency has simply been thrown aside, and the true intentions are being announced publicly.
Lavrov's response illustrates the stark contrast in perceptions between NATO and Russia, with Moscow seeing NATO's stance as a clear sign of aggression. Meanwhile, Russian military figures have further heightened tensions. Leonid Ivlev, a retired major general from Crimea, cautioned NATO to reconsider its actions in light of Russia's nuclear doctrine. Ivlev specifically cited Article 19 of Russia's nuclear policy, which details conditions for nuclear weapon use. Hotheads in NATO should memorize these provisions, he warned, underscoring the risks of further escalation. The exchange of harsh rhetoric from both NATO and Russia sets the stage for an increasingly perilous standoff, with both sides preparing for a potential military confrontation.
Hello out there. I'd like to show what I learned yesterday about these numbers again. They won't leave me alone. Alright, we got 0, 9, 18, 27, 36. All I did was added nines to these. 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. And what I noticed was, if you start with the 0, you get 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm skipping numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you start from the back. You get the same thing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if this was some type of computer program or sequential program, it would just go back and forth like this, continually. So the first thing came to my mind was a scripture in the Bible, and this is in the book of Enoch, 24th chapter. And it reads, Enoch is talking about, well, this is the Most High talking to Enoch. And he's talking about the way things were before anything was created. It says, for before all things were visible, I alone used to go about in the invisible things, like the sun, from east to west and from west to east. Notice that, east to west and from west to east. Look, it's like this. Now, I'm not telling you that he told me this is what he's doing, but I find that kind of strange how when you line these numbers up with the number 9, because 9 is like the holiest number out there, and when you do that, it sequences itself like this, east to west and from west to east. Let me show you what else I learned. The numbers on each side of the 4 and the 5 actually complements each other in order to make 90. Let me give you an example. 90 and 0 is 90. 81 and 9, 90. 72, 18, 90. 63, 27, 90. 54, 36, 90. And the 4 and the 5, that's 9, of course. I thought that was pretty strange too. And here's a really good one. The numbers on this side are actually backwards from these numbers, or they're turned around. For instance, if you circle these numbers, you get a 0 and a 9 here, but you got 90 over here. You get 18 here, and you got 81. It's like the numbers are backwards. 27 is actually 72. 36 is 63. And 45 is 54. That's strange. And look at this. Look at this. If you take the 55, you're starting in the middle, 55, and then 44, you got 66, 33, 77, 22, 88. Then you got 11, 1 and 1. Then you got 99 and 0 and 0. So it looks like this. 55, 44, 66, 33, and so on. Alright, look at these two. 99, 54, 55 and 44, 99. 66, 33, 99. 77, 22, 99. 88 and 11, 99. Then at the bottom, 99. Wow. And now here is a myth buster, because we all believed, I know I did, that 9 was the only number that you can multiply by other numbers, and it'll root out to the number 9 again. For instance, if you take 9 times 8, you get 72, and 72 is 9. Come to find out, if you take any of these numbers and do that with, it will root out to 9. For instance, let's take the 18. Get a calculator right here. All right, so we take 18 and multiply it by, say, 56 equals 108, or 10,000 or 1,008. So we take 18 multiplied by 65. Look what we get. That's 9. 7, 8, 9. 1170 is 9. Let's take another number. Let's say 27. 27 times 69 equals. Look at this. 6 and 3 is 9. 8 and 1 is 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Same thing. Let's take the 36. 36 times 23 equals 8 to 8. 8 and 8 is 16 plus 2 is 18. 1 and 8 again is 9. Let's take the 45. 45 times 92. I'm just coming up with random numbers. 414. Well, 4140. 4 and 4 is 8 plus 1, 9. So all these numbers you can multiply by any other number and they will all root out to 9. And we all thought that the number 9 was the only number that could do that. So I'm going to leave that at that. Tell me what you think. God bless you. Have a great night or day.
We had such potential, such promise, but we squandered our gifts. And so, 9, I am creating you. Our world is ending. Life must go on. Sometimes fear is the appropriate response.
We awakened something.
Something terrible.
You shall protect the future.